Hello.
Hello.
We are back for another 10 at 10, formerly known as Keynotes Live conversation. I am Madison. I am, for the first time in a while, not talking about social media today, but I am a digital media strategist. So I work to help just kind of make sure we implement and carry out client strategies, digital strategies across different tactics to make sure we meet client success and goals on our teams.
I am Jamie Hawthorne. I am the Account Services Manager here at Key Media Solutions. I work with the clients to make sure their goals and objectives are being met.
Yeah, and today we are going to be talking about SEO versus paid ads. This is a conversation we've kind of been seeing a lot happen online. We've been having a lot internally, and so we're going to kind of share some information about what we're seeing, and then Jamie will kind of give you some pros and cons of both. But so for me, this conversation kind of started a while ago. I would say about early this year, when we started to notice that the AI was changing search marketing. When you search something, you see the little AI blurb at the top. And we as soon as we started to see those, and we started to see some search results in Google Analytics, some traffic coming from ChatGPT, Perplexity, other AI sources, we realized that search was changing, that landscape was changing, and it wasn't paid ads were changing, organic search, SEO, all of that. And so we started to look in. We thought it would be a good idea to do an internal case study with our clients and see what that means and how things are changing instead of just sort of guessing. And so the first thing we did is and this is the case study we kind of shared a while ago. We're just sharing it again to show you this is kind of what we predicted is sort of happening. But we looked at some of our biggest clients that run on that run both paid ads and we track their organic search, and just looking at some of the trends that we saw. So we went back and did a whole year from May 2023 until December of 2024, and this is because that gives us plenty of time before AI was rolled out, AI search results were rolled out by Google, just to kind of see what is happening with organic search and what's happening with paid search. And this is sort of kind of what we predicted, but organic search trends since and this we it was like about May 2024, I believe, is when the AI search results kind of started to be rolled out. That, as you can see, almost a direct mark there. I don't know if you can. I just realized you probably can't see my cursor, but around that time, you started to see organic search trends were really starting to trend down. That's a lot less people kind of coming to websites through just a straight search and Google being different search engines, and so that was kind of surprising, or not surprising, but it was nice to see that we weren't just pulling this out of nowhere. Organic search was changing and trending down. But with that, we were surprised around that same time. Paid search was already kind of trending down. We weren't getting as many clicks and engagement on ads. But once AI search kind of started to roll out, we again started to see paid search trends go back up. And that's because users were starting to get a lot more informed by some of those AI search results or some of those organic searches. They were starting to come to websites a little bit more informed and actually more likely to convert. And so that kind of gave us some insight that, and then this is the Google ad trends. This was paid search like overall, and then this is just what we saw here in Google ads. We kind of saw that same result. So overall, that kind of led us to this assumption that it is time to take action on SEO. It really is. Organic search trends are already kind of trending down, and they're only getting kind of plummeting further. But surprisingly, sorry, I keep getting blurred in and out. But surprisingly, PPC and Google ads are something you still want to invest in. That landscape is just kind of changing a lot. And it's important to sort of pay attention to and not forget about organic search SEO results when having those conversations. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's kind of what we saw, and I can turn it over to Jamie sort of on what to do with that info.
So I guess the age-old question is, if you only had one marketing dollar, do you spend it on SEO or do you spend it on paid ads? The answer is it really isn't a one size fits all. With SEO, optimizing your website and getting that those search results to show up organically has both pros and cons. It has some long term. It's a long term investment. Results build over time. It's cost effective in the long run once it's established. There is no ongoing cost other than the updates. It builds your trust and credibility with your audience, and it can continue to drive traffic for years. Now, some cons that come with your SEO is that it does take time to see results. We're talking 3, 6+ months. It also requires consistent content creation and optimizations. And then if you're in a competitive industry, it might be harder to rank in. When we do talk about paid ads, we're talking about paying for your ad placements across Google, Meta, YouTube. There's some pros with that. It gives you instant visibility where you can be in the results day one, which is always a plus. You're easily able to target your audience based on your demo, your location, behaviors, intent, and that's scalable. You can increase your budget to get more reach. Paid search is great for things like promotions, new launches, events, things like that. There are some cons when you talk about paid search, though. It does have an ongoing cost. Once you stop paying for it, your traffic stops. It can get expensive if you're in a competitive market, and it requires constant monitoring and optimization. So when you're kind of comparing the two, you really have to take a deeper look at your business goals. Are you looking for quick sales, or are you looking for that long-term brand building? If you're looking for quick sales, you're going to want to take a deeper look into your paid ads. If you're looking for that long-term brand awareness to brand building, take a look at building your SEO. Look at your budget considerations. For a smaller budget, and as long as you have patience for growth, SEO would be the option to look at deeper. If you have a flexible budget and you need your leads now, that's when you'd want to take a look at your paid ads. And then I had mentioned this a little bit before, but your industry and competition. If you're in a highly competitive industry, you might need a mix of both SEO and paid search to help really get that organic and paid traffic to your website. So I guess the best question is not SEO or paid ads. It's often using both together. Paid ads, again, will show immediate results, immediate traffic. SEO builds that authority and drives that long-term traffic that continues. Paid ads give you the quick win, where SEO gives you that lasting value.
I think something I would add on that as well is kind of using data to drive that. And that's something we do with our clients. And the first thing that we ever do, what we start with before we get into any SEO work, is an SEO audit to really make sure that, like, is this something you need? As we showed you with these organic search trends, it is increasingly something that most people do need, but really knowing like where to put that effort and that energy into. If you're seeing these results with your paid ads, your campaigns are running strong, maybe considering pushing part of your next fiscal budget into that SEO work is a good step into taking that next step into that longer term kind of authority that Jamie was talking about. Of course, if you don't see these results with some of your paid ads, maybe kind of addressing that first and then shifting, just so you're not dropping any of those immediate results. Just kind of looking at the data to help drive where best your needs are right now.
Yeah, data is definitely the most important when taking these into consideration.
Mm-hmm. And I forgot to add, I did put in the chat, but if you're interested in looking at that case study that we're kind of talking about what AI means for search marketing, you can go ahead and see that in the chat. Otherwise, Jamie is always available to. I'll offer you up as conversations about kind of where to take those steps or how to look at your campaigns and decide sort of where to go.
Yeah, absolutely. If I don't see any questions in the chat, but if you have questions that come up later or you want some more information, please feel free to reach out to me anytime.
Yeah, that's part of the 10 out of 10. We like to make ourselves a little bit more available, especially for some of these high level questions. So,
Yeah.
but thank you
Yeah.
everybody for joining us.
Thank you. Have a